Good morning. We are going to discuss about The Clockwork Orange and some themes that are present in the novel. The team members are Carolina Monillo, Jose Carlos Garza, Eric Antuna, Orlet Terrones, and Paulina Martinez. Well, first of all, A Clockwork Orange is the story of Alex, a criminal teenage boy who lives in a chaotic society where government has no control over criminals anymore. After being in prison, Alex undergoes the Ludovico treatment. This treatment conditioned him to always be good. Alex suffers a lot because even he does good things, he has no choice, so he has lost his free will. After an accident, Alex recovers from the treatment, meaning he is not conditioned anymore, and with little reflection, he decides to change for the good. Well, in this novel there are present several themes that we are going to discuss later, but first of all we're going to talk about the community and how this is present in this dystopian society.
Well, first of all, I will talk about the characteristic of a dystopian society, which was extracted from a Britannic website, which states that citizens have fear of the outside world, which actually is present in page number 54, yes, and I quote, "Thanks, son," he said, "but we don't go out much now. We don't go out much, the streets being what they are, young hooligans and so on." This is a dialogue between Alex and his father about the streets at night when the gangs reunite, such as Alex's gang and Billy Boy's gang. Well, Alex, as it is stated in the book or in the novel, is a gang member. And if we analyze this topic philosophically, Alex represents a human nature of war from Thomas Hobbes, a philosopher, and the society trying to control and make the, peace. They do the Ludovico treatment to Alex to change his nature from a state of war to a state of peace. And that's it for the community section.
Well, we can see that the community in this novel is strongly based on the social relationships that citizens have between them, and this topic will be explained with more details
Well, I'm going to explain the social relationships, and first I would like to mention that the social relationships are all the relationships that a person relates with the others. For example, Alex and his parents, and this relation is really complicated because there is not a common son and parents relationship. Alex basically is the one who rules in the relationship. We can see the inverted role to the common establishment. For example, when Alex's mother wakes him up to go to school, he successfully combines her to not go to school because he was sick when he was clearly not sick. And this is also represented in real life because right now the kids are most likely to behave like Alex because the parents give them more and more freedom with the pass of the generations. Another relationship can be Alex and his drugs, and this is a violent relationship. First, Alex is the leader while Peter, George, and Dean follows him. They always are fighting with each other, and Alex is always warning them. This is actually related to the gangs in the real life because they have a leader and also problems with another gangs like the ones they got with Billy Boy gang. And that's it.
Well, as we can see, the social relationships in this society are not so good and lead to a lot of chaos, but this can be solved with education, but it's also an aspect that it's not really present in the society, and this is what Jose is going to talk about.
Well, now that we discussed about the community and the social relationships, I will proceed to explain about education in the novel. Well, first of all, there's a quote in page 53, if you can read the page, I wrote, "It was vivid," said my dad. "I saw you lying in the street and you had been bitten by other boys. These boys were like the boys you used to go around with before you were sent to that last corrective school." As we can see with this quote, Alex has received an education for a criminal, basically, and in a website that I researched that analyzed the education inside the Clockwork Orange, they stated that Alex, instead of learning through textbooks at school, he learns from the streets, from other gangs. Well, this problem is actually real right now. A real life example can be the Serafin Zambada Ortiz, which is the son of a drug dealer here in Mexico. He has lived in a social context of violence and drugs and all that, that at his 2 years birthday party, a car exploded outside his house, and at the age of 27, he got arrested for following the same path his father followed years ago. Therefore, if we do not learn ethics or to differentiate between the good and evil, our future will be prescribed or I don't know, what do you think?
Predetermined?
Yes, predetermined.
Well, yeah, the education is very important because if we don't have these ethics since we are little, we are not going to develop them as we grow up. So we'll have a lot of problems in the future, and this will lead to a working world where probably the immorality will reign above all. And well, this is what Orlando is going to talk about now.
Well, the theme of the working world in the novel is in the medical area, the government area, and the police area. And these three have in common that they are all corrupted. And the corruption in the medical area is in the Ludovico treatment. That is a treatment for criminals to convert them into good people. This is actually a torture for people because the person who is undergoing the treatment is forced to keep her eyes open and is triggered to feel sick when seeing films that have to do with violence. With this, programming them to feel sick whenever seeing, wanting to do, or thinking about violence. Therefore, this is causing a trauma in the person. In the government, the corruption is seen as they approve and impose the Ludovico treatment, and you will say, but this is kind of good because even though a small amount of persons are going to suffer, and the city, the state is going to be safer. But the thing is that the government having this purpose with the treatment, their real intention was to be seen by citizens as the good ones, as the ones that are protecting them, to gain their trust and keep their power. This is seen, for example, in the page 98, where it says, there were very boastful slogans about what the government had done, brothers, in the last year or so. What with increased exports and a real commercial foreign policy and improved social services and all that call. But what the government was really most boastful about was the way in which they reckoned the streets had been made safer. And corruption in police is seen in the way they treat the prisoners and that they don't follow the law. Even though they are the ones that are supposed to be applying it, they don't follow it. Well, examples of these things in the real world are, for example, in medicine and the government in Mexico, in the state of Veracruz, under the government of Javier Duarte de Ochoa, where instead of giving to the children chemotherapy provided by the state, they were giving to them distilled water. Here they had the same purpose as in the Clockwork Orange. The government wanted to be seen by the citizens as the good ones, the ones that were worrying about the health of the children. So they said they were going to give free chemotherapy to them, but as we know, chemotherapy is not that cheap. So they, instead of giving them that, they gave them distilled water. And well, an example in the police, also here in Mexico, is that people who is in jail is many times let out if they give a good amount of money to the policeman or to the government, and the prisoners in jail are treated well depending on the favors that they do to the policeman. So in general, we see that the persons who are supposed to be helping you, who are supposed to be protecting the society, they are actually acting just for their benefit. They are not looking for your benefit.
Well, we can see that there is a lot of immorality in this kind of aspect of the government and police, as Orlando mentioned. So this leaves with the question, what about law and order, and how is this applied in the society, or if it's applied in any way?
Well, firstly, as Orlando was saying, we can see in the cop area a lot of immorality and impunity because of the crimes that Alex and his groupies commit at the beginning of the book. Like, for example, stealing, killing, and raping, acts that are seen as illegal in the modern society. But what happens? The issue is that next, at almost the ending of the novel, we can see how the cops really act with an abusive power towards citizens. We can see this in the way they treat Alex, and they punch him, they really hurt him. We can see this in page 168, which says, "And he launched a bullshit old shock right on my club, so that all red-nosed crowd start to drip, drip, drip." This refers how his old mates, Billy Boy and Dean, punched him now that they were acting as cops. And for enforcing this idea, we have in page 100 the following quote, said by Alexander, the writer. "You are not the first to come here in distress. The police are fond of bringing their victims to the outskirts of this village. But it is providential that you, who are also another kind of victim, should come here. Perhaps, then, you have heard of me?" We can assume by this quote that many injured people by the police have already come to the writer's house in search of security. An example of this cop impunity in real life can see all over the world. In fact, according to the CPI, the Corruption Perceptions Index, in general, the corrupt levels of impunity worldwide have been raised internationally since 2012, having a minor effect on third world countries.
Well, as we can see, all these themes that we have mentioned have, make the society becomes violent. And we can see that this violence is like a cycle because children are raised in all this chaos, so they lack of education and any values or ethics, and they grow with bad relations with other people, for example, in gangs or a bad father and son relationship, etc. And when they grow up, they enter in this working world and they are immoral or make corrupt acts and all of this, so they cannot help to eradicate this problematic. And it's supposed to be a dystopian society, but it's something that takes part in our real world. Thank you.